Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and thanks for joining me on my second to last review of 2022. I have one more review coming up for you probably later today or first thing Monday morning. Then I'm going to go ahead and take off a couple weeks at the end of the year, kind of, regroup, refresh myself. I've got a whole bunch of watches coming next year anyway, so I need to take a little bit of a break. Got a lot of work coming up. Anyway, I haven't done one of these type of reviews in a while. This is going to be like a watch boxing type of thing. I did these years ago and they were super successful. And actually one of the co-owners and founders of LIV contacted me about their watches. And actually it was SD that suggested that I do a watch boxing video again. And I was like, you know what? I haven't done one of those in literally years. So I looked around and I was thinking, what watch kind of compares to this GX diver that they sent me. And the only one I could think of was really my blue coral monster. God, I love this watch. So what I'm going to do, and they're quite different, but then again, they have some similarities. So I figured I'd go ahead and kind of put them head to head and see kind of who wins. And it's not really a who wins. It really depends on kind of what you're looking for. Some of y'all might lean towards the Swiss-made LIV watch. Some of y'all might lean towards the Japanese-made Seiko 3rd Gen Coral Blue Monster that I just showed you. But anyway, it's going to be kind of a personal preference thing because, I really like both watches, and I'm really surprised that I like this as much as I do. I was a little skeptical, to tell you the truth. But then when I opened it up, took a look at it, I'll go ahead and give you a little bit of a spoiler here. This is a really well-made watch. I was pleasantly surprised at these LIV watches. So anyway, so this is the GX Diver 41mm, and of course the Blue Coral Monster is the SBDC067. You can't get this watch anymore. I'll take that back. You can if you want to spend between $1,700 and $2,000. I think these are one of the best monsters out there. I have this one, and then of course I also have the Orange Sunburst. My God, I love both these watches. I was thinking maybe I should get a couple more of these monsters, but I think I have maybe probably the two best, unless you talk about some of those super limited edition Thailand models like the King model. I think I have a couple of other ones out there. I can't remember the model names or whatever, but they have some that are super limited. But I think the Orange Sunburst and the Blue Coral are absolutely the best Seiko monsters out there. And I'm lucky enough to have been smart enough to get those probably 3 or 4 years ago, something like that. So anyway, I haven't done a watch boxing video for a very long time, so let's check this out. All right, guys, we'll get into this, but first check out my Amazon shopping channel. If you like any of the other watches I've reviewed on my channel, as y'all know, I get a very, very small commission if you buy from my Amazon store, so I definitely appreciate it when you do that. So this is the LIV packaging. I'm not going to bring out the packaging for the Monster. Y'all know what, Monster packaging is. If you want to see that, I have reviews of both of those monsters, the Blue Coral and the Orange Sunburst. I have reviews of both of those. I'll put those in the description field. So if you want to check out what type of packaging you come with, but y'all, basically know what packaging. But here is the LIV packaging. So you get an outer watch box here. Open it up. You've got a microfiber cleaning cloth. There you go. I never use these, but a lot of watchmakers include these for some reason, but I never ever use them. But anyway, then you've got the inner watch box, protected by this, I guess, I don't know, felt or something. Let's open this up. There we go. It covers all sides of the box. All right. Here we go. I'll tell you one thing, the box feels pretty nice, man. Wow. It's kind of got that soft touch on the top. It feels pretty nice. This is kind of like a pillow top mattress. It's got like a little pillow on top of here. Dare to live. There's the bottom. There you go. All right. Guys, I almost forgot to show you all the stuff that comes with the LIV watch. You get this little card from Ernest, I believe. Hey, my name is Ernest, and yes, I'm a watch freak like you. Basically, thanking you for buying a LIV watch. You get this right here. What is this? Probably the manual, warranty card, all that stuff. Yeah, so there's your kind of like your manual. What is this? This is, make sure you screw down your screw down crown. What is this? A personal message from Chaz. That's one of the owners. Basically, you know, again, thanking you for the watch. And what is this? I guess it's probably the warranty. Limited edition. Yep. There you go. Limited edition card. You also get an extra strap and a strap change tool, which this thing is really nice. You get a strap change tool, unscrews. Really cool. That's like your little poker there. I don't know if the camera can focus in on that or not. There you go. Really nice. Then on the other side, man, this is a nice little tool. On the other side, there you go. To get those spring bars out of there. You see that? There we go. All right. Nice little tool. Let me put that back. And then you get another strap. I think this is a tropic style strap. Well, it's not really tropic. It's just a rubber strap. In fact, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Just a regular rubber strap. You know, those tropic style straps have all the holes. They're more perforated. This is just a regular rubber strap, which I think the GX would look good on either one. There we go. This is kind of weird. I don't understand why this thing is open, but it has somewhere to close it. I was looking at this thing, I was like, does this thing break or whatever? I think you're supposed to like fold it under this little tab. Anyway, it's really weird. Anyway, so there you go. So there's all the stuff. Oh, and you also get a bag. All this stuff comes in a big old LIV watches bag. Dare to live. There you go. Nice little bag. I mean, it might be useful for something. It's got a little drawstring on the top. There you go. All right, guys, I just want to make sure I showed you all that stuff before I forgot. Let's open it up. There is the watch. Got that Tiffany blue. It looks like they partnered up with a pro cyclist. Let me see if I can remember his name. Esty sent me the guy's name. What is his name? So it looks like his name is TJ Eisenhart, and I guess he liked this kind of Tiffany blue color. So they partnered up with him. Anyway, let's go take it out. Of course, you got the watch pillow. Here's the rest of the box. You got like a little orange trim there. Nice. I really like this box. Feels really, I like this little pillow top thing. Really nice. All right, let's get this out of the way. It's a good looking watch, man. Again, I was really surprised, guys. I mean, these are legit nice watches. And I'm not just saying that because they sent me one. Even if, you know, I've gotten in trouble with some manufacturers that have sent me watches for review. And for whatever reason, I really didn't like the watch. And I said that in the review. Hey, look, man, I don't like this watch. There's a couple features about it that I just don't agree with, or it's missing something or whatever. And man, these people get pissed. If they send you a watch and you don't give them a really good review, man, they get pissed. But I tell them up front, hey, look, you know, I'm going to give this thing an honest review, whether you send it to me or not. So, you know, just kind of letting them know that. But anyway, this one is actually very nice. Really impressed with this thing. All right, so let me go through all the specs. Let me bring the blue coral in here. And of course, obviously the color is a little bit different. This has got like a radial dial to it. Nice. And then of course, this one's got those waves in that Tiffany blue. But let me go ahead and tell you the basic specs. And before I do that, let me show you the tag here. Here is the tag. And I think these retail for $750. I'm going to try to get y'all a coupon code. And if I do get that, I will put that down there in the description for you. Maybe save you a few bucks. I'm not quite sure if they're going to give me one or not, but let's hope that they do. Especially, you know, Christmas is what? How many days away? Gosh, Christmas is only 8 days away. So maybe they'll give me a code. Maybe they'll offer free shipping or, you know, 5% off or 10% off or maybe like a flat, I don't know, $20 off or $25. So I'm not quite sure what they're going to do, if they're going to do anything. So don't hold me to that. I'll just find out in the next probably, you know, day or two. And then maybe we can, y'all can save some money. All right, so let's look here. All right, so here are all the specs of the LIV watch and the Monster. So I'll read the LIV stuff off first, and then I'll read the Monster specs after that. So you're looking at a 41 millimeter case for the LIV. The Monster is 42.3, so not a huge difference. Thickness is almost identical. They're both 13 millimeters thick. Lug to lug, again, not a huge difference. The LIV is 48.6 millimeters. The Monster is 47.5 millimeters. Bracelet, both 22 millimeter stainless steel bracelets. The water resistance is different. This is more water resistant at 300 meters, which is 990 feet. The Monster is 200 meters, which is 660 feet. Two different types of movements. You got the Selitta SW200-1 at 38 hours of power reserve. The Monster's got that 6R15 with 50 hours of power reserve. So the Monster kind of edges it out on the power reserve. The LIV does have a Sapphire crystal, whereas the Monster has that Hardlex. Some people think that, Sapphire is more scratch resistant, but it might be a little more brittle. And that's why I think Seiko uses a lot of the Hardlex. I mean, honestly, they're both great crystals. It really just depends on kind of what you want. If you want it to be more scratch resistant, then get something with a Sapphire. If you want it to be a little bit, I don't know, maybe I would say a little tougher, the Hardlex is fine. They're both going to do you fine. They're both going to, last forever. And then all the rest of the stuff is down there in the description field. Those are the main differences between the watches. Actually, one more. This has a ceramic, 120 click ceramic unidirectional bezel. The Monster has a 120 click stainless steel unidirectional bezel. Of course, they both have screw down crowns. And again, check all the other stuff down there in the description field. So there you go, man. Again, there are some differences, and it really depends on what you want. If you like the look of the LIV better, or if you like the look of the Monster better. And again, guys, if you're gonna want to get one of these Monsters, you're gonna pay anywhere between $1,700 and $2,000 for these. And speaking of rare, and probably you'll never get one, is one of these orange sunbursts. If you look on eBay, you're not going to find one of these things. They're not out there. Nobody's selling them. I'll never sell mine. I'll probably never sell that blue coral either. But these are just extremely rare right now. And obviously they'll probably go for, I don't know, I'm guessing $2,500 for one of these. So, if you like the blue coral, you can go on eBay and get yourself one, or you could get one of these LIV watches, and a lot of the, really similar specs, incredible build quality. I was, again, really floored by the build quality of this thing. So let's go over the LIV a little bit more in detail, and then we'll compare it a little bit more to the Monster here in a little bit. So again, you got that Tiffany blue dial. This crown, I love, love, love this crown. This crown has the best feel to it. Excellent crown pop. Man, I love this crown. It just feels rock solid. Absolutely no wiggle whatsoever in the crown. Great knurling on it. It feels great. I like that little orange stripe there. I just like the design of this thing a lot, man. You got the LIV logo, so it's a signed crown. Of course, obviously, the first position is going to be your date. The second position is going to be your hour. In fact, let me go ahead and wind this thing up a little bit. Let's get her going here. You notice it just started up the second I wound it, like 1 or 2 times. Wow, that's good. Let me go ahead and push it back in. Man, love this crown. Holy Moses. Definite stopping point. Boom, right there. God, you guys, SD and Chaz, y'all did a great job with this crown, man. Really nice crown. There's the dial. Of course, you got the wave all over the dial. You've got the applied indexes. You've got kind of like a sandwich thing going on, a sandwich dial going on the 12 and 6. You got the LIV logo right there. The LIV logo, I think the LIV logo up here, whatever that thing is supposed to be, I'm not quite sure what it is. But I think the logo probably would have been enough. Again, this is just a design choice. These folks can design, watches any way they want. Obviously, it's their company. And I think overall, they're great looking watches. They're unique. They're different. They're not the same old Rolex Submariner homage. They're different, and I like that. But they're not so different that you're like, what in the heck is going on with this thing? I like this. Again, I probably would have left out the word LIV down there. That's just me. But the indexes, maybe, no, actually the indexes are fine. I like the second hand with that little, I guess it's a trapezoid on the back end right there. I like that. That's pretty cool. And the fact it's got that orange pop. I like the orange pop of the actual LIV logo. The date window, guys, it's a little hard to read. It's sunk down just a little too much for me personally. They might have wanted to put like black numerals on a white background instead of what they've done, white numerals on a black background. For me, it's just a little tiny bit too hard to read. But everything else, maybe the hour hand, they could have made just a little bit fatter to differentiate it more from the minute hand. I love the wave dial. Absolutely love that. I love that kind of They got a little bit of radial, like a sunburst going on in the middle. Not as much, obviously, as the blue coral, but they got that little tiny bit of that going on in the middle there, in that middle circle, which is pretty cool. Ceramic bezel. Here's where the watches differ a little bit, and I'm going to have to give the win probably to the Monster. They do have a ceramic bezel, but it does have a little bit of play to it. Actually, it's got, guys, I hate to say this, it's got a little too much play for me, so watch. Boom. I mean, it's got quite a bit of play. Whereas the Monster has literally none. The Monster is buttery smooth, and it has no play, and I'm sure that's something they can fix in manufacturing. Again, not a big deal. Do people even really use their bezels? I mean, barely. But it is a ceramic bezel, so it's going to be harder. I like that. Very legible. I like the color, like that super dark navy blue. Good looking. But let me show you the coral bezel. Buttery smooth. And little to no play. And I'm trying to go back. Boom. Yeah, I mean, little to no play. So it looks like Seiko's going to win on the bezel, even though the material is not obviously going to be as hard as a ceramic on the LIV. What else? Case. Nothing revolutionary about the case. It does have some sharp angles right there. Got some nice crown guards. At this crown, I would love if they could put this crown on that blue Monster. Even though I love the blue Monster's crown, I don't know what it is about this crown. It's just really, really cool looking. And it feels fantastic, and there's no wiggle, again, whatsoever. So anyway, so the case is mostly brushed. You have a nice bracelet here. Of course, you've got what, 4 micro adjusts right there. It's a machined scissor clasp, none of that stamped stuff, which is nice. And actually, you know what? That's where the LIV is going to win over the Monster. Because, guys, this watch originally was, I don't know, $450. But look, I mean, you got a stamped clasp. I mean, come on, Seiko. I think Seiko in the last year or so has been addressing this. A lot more of their watches come with a machine scissor clasp. Not a big deal. But this one's very nice. Very nice machine scissor clasp. Again, you got the 4 micro adjusts right there. Again, well, you know what? I think one thing they're missing, there's no diver extension. I mean, this is a 300-meter watch. There's no dive extension. So the Seiko is going to win on the dive extension portion, but not the actual scissor clasp itself. LIV wins on the scissor clasp, but they're missing out on that dive extension. You need to have a dive extension on a 300-meter watch. So I do like the clasp itself. Got that laser-etched LIV logo right there. Got stainless steel right here. I like it, man. I like the links. Nice links. Pretty good articulation there. Here is the case back. Of course, you got another sapphire crystal. You got the LIV logo right there in the middle. It is a screw-in case back. It's not a screw-down case back. So there are little screws there. If you look right there where my fingers are, you can see them right there and right there. And of course, you have the exhibition case back window. So I mean, if you like exhibition case backs, there you go, man. It's pretty cool. And of course, it's not going to affect the water resistance at all. But I kind of prefer a screwed down case back. Just for me, I guess the Monster is a little bit more of a tool watch. The GX is a little bit more of a dress diver, if that makes sense. So I wouldn't say flashier. It's just a little dressier. So I guess that's why they put that exhibition case back. Not a problem. It's not going to interfere with your water resistance at all. It's still going to be fine. But again, a little more dressy and a little more, this Monster is just a little more of a tool watch. And some people hate these things. I mean, it's a very divisive watch. You either love it or you hate it. I have never met anybody that's been like in between on these Monsters. I'm one of the ones that absolutely love it. But some people hate these things, man. So, if you want something that's kind of in the middle of a dress watch and a tool watch, I mean, this GX is fantastic. I'm very impressed with not only the specs, super impressed with the build quality. It feels like it's built like a tank. I mean, they've done a really good job. And you were getting a quality watch with this. They're not trying to fake the funk and just pass it off as something nice and then give you half-ass specs. You got a Swiss movement, you got a ceramic bezel, you got 2 sapphire crystals, screw down crown. Again, really nice bracelet with a milled scissor clasp. Again, they might want to add a diver's extension to this thing, and it's not going to break the bank. I mean, at $750, You know, it's under $1,000. It's not going to break the bank. And these come in multiple different colors, by the way. Let me scroll down to my notes here. The GX Diver comes in 7 other variations, 7 other colorways, and they have a bigger version of this and a 44 millimeter that comes in 8 other variations. So you're bound to find, you know, the color that you want. Basically, I just got this one because it's going to be kind of similar in color a little bit and specs to this Monster. Again, you're never going to find one. I mean, you can find one of these, but they're going to be super expensive. So, and these are readily available, and I'm really impressed, man. I'm really, really impressed with this watch. I thought it was just going to be some, you know, okay, here's our, you know, here's our crappy diver that we're charging way too much money for, and that is the exact opposite of what this is. You're getting a really good watch with really fantastic specs. This colorway might not be for everybody. Some people like to be more subdued and just do like a black or maybe a dark blue. But I like this kind of TJ blue. I like this Tiffany color. And I like the contrast between the blue and the orange. Again, I probably would have taken away the LIV logo and just left it up there. And maybe changed the hour hand just a little bit. But everything else, I mean, I'm good with personally. You know, again, I'm not designing these watches. Esting and Chaz are, and that's their prerogative. But I mean, I'd love to design one of the watches. I'd love to design one of their watches, just to let you know. Hint, hint. I think they're great watches. You got a nice movement. That Selitta movement is a very, very good movement. So there you go, guys. What else can I tell you about this thing? Let me go ahead and try it on real quick, and then I'll give you a lume shot of both. Of course, we know what's going to happen with the lume. I mean, I don't think the lume is really going to be a fair fight when you compare. This has got BGW9. When you compare that to Seiko's Lumibright, wow, really comfortable. Now, the bracelet doesn't sag any hairs, which is nice. Really, really, wow, this is really comfortable. What's the weight on this one? This is 192 grams, so this is going right near the limit that I like. I like to stay, honestly, between like 150, 175. Even my Monster, this is 192 grams. So both of these they're heavy boys. They're heavy Ds. They're pretty heavy watches. And again, that's right at my limit. I don't like to go above about 185, but a couple grams over it, not a big deal. You know, the plus is you feel like you've got something substantial on your wrist, which I do like that feeling. There we go. I wouldn't even have to, I'd probably have to maybe, I don't know, go with like 1 or 2 adjustments maybe in to make this fit perfectly. It's super comfortable. All right, so there's that one. And then, of course, I know that the Monster fits me perfectly. You know, guys, I only wear this watch maybe twice a year, if that, because I'm so afraid to mess it up, man. All right. There's the Monster. Again, feels great, obviously. Man, I love this watch. I really, really like this watch. I can't believe they've gone up in price like that. This one and this Orange Sunburst, man, I mean, this thing's probably $2,500 now, and this one is, again, between like 15 and 17, something like that. Originally, both of these were about 450 bucks a few years ago, so they've really gone up in price. All right, so let me go ahead and do the lume shot. Again, y'all know what's going to happen. It's going to be no big surprise here. So let me go ahead and kill the studio light. Let's kill this monitor, and then we'll go ahead and wrap this thing up. Again, I'm going to try to get you a coupon code for this LIV right here. Oh, look at that. Already showing off a little bit. Looks like both of them are. Let's go ahead and zap this bad boy. Now, Super Luminova BGW9, it's a good lume. Really nice. There you go. Now, let me go ahead and zap the Monster. Of course, we know what's going to happen here. This thing can almost light up my my desk here. It's really not a fair comparison, guys. I mean, look at that. I mean, that Monster is just crazy. It's just crazy bright. Let me go ahead and zap them again while I've got them both in my hand. There we go. So, yeah, I mean, the Monster is just like it's radioactive. But the LIV is definitely, you know, it's holding its own for sure. Again, man, guys, if you could make these hands a little bit fatter, just make the hands a little bit fatter. For a dive watch, I think guys like these fatter hands. So, anyway, there you go. All right, so there you go. Y'all knew what was going to happen with the lume. Obviously, Seiko Monster is going to win. They are the lume to beat in the watch world. Citizen has some pretty nice lume now, but Seiko is always, I think they're always going to beat them. So there you go. All right, let's go ahead and cut the lights back on. And I'm really interested to know y'all's opinion. Was this a good comparison between these two watches? I think it was pretty close. Obviously, one's Swiss made, one is Japanese made, but I think they're both similar in weight, similar in case size, similar in lug to lug. Both have 22 millimeter bracelets. I think they're very similar. So tell me what y'all think, man. And again, I'll try to get that coupon code for LIV if they're going to give me one, and I'll let y'all know. In fact, you know what? Let me check my email right now, and let me see if anybody's responded. I'm guessing they probably haven't. It's the weekend. Yeah, they haven't responded. So if I do get that coupon code, I'll make sure to put it down there in the description field for you. And guys, it's really been about it for this one. Again, I'll put that link for the LIV down there in the description field. They are $750. Again, they come in multiple different colorways and another different size. And again, I'll make sure to put that down there for you. As always, guys, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you click that notification bell. I really appreciate it when you do that. I've got one more review coming up either later today or tomorrow. Then that's it for me for a couple weeks. I'm going to enjoy my Christmas with Maverick. I'm going to watch Maverick open up his presents. That is my Christmas present, is watching him open up stuff. Just to see the joy on his face, man, it just makes my year. I don't want anything. I really don't care about getting stuff, but I love getting him stuff. So he's such a good kid. Anyway, guys, that's been about it for this one. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you either later on today or tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.